To you, what was your vibe this week? Did you feel like you guys were definitely in the college football playoff, or were you a little bit nervous?
Actually, I mean, me myself, I felt like we were at a pretty good spot. I mean, when you think about our games and the, competition we played, I thought that as far as our, whole season, I thought that said a lot for us. So I wasn't really nervous, just excited where we was going to be placed.
Take me through, like, who were you watching the selection show with? Did you guys kind of erupt? Was it just kind of like that? We knew it anyway. Just who were you watching it with, and what was the reaction?
I was at the house by myself because I live by myself, watching on my couch, eating some chicken wings actually. So yeah, it wasn't one of those things when I saw it. Obviously excited. I was telling Adam, my other media guy, that I'm actually a healthy body. If you see, I'm not on a scooter or anything. I think it's a blessing. Just be healthy throughout a long season and just be able to play. Man, it's crazy. I'm thankful for that.
Second row, Tino.
JT, what's your relationship with Deshaun Watson? I assume you guys are good friends, and did you guys talk after you guys saw that you guys were selected to play in the Fiesta Bowl?
Yeah, he's one of the good friends of mine. Quarterbacks. We oftentimes are. It's a tight circle of us. When I seen it, I texted him and I said, "Well, I see you in Arizona, brother." And he was like, "All right, let's get it." So. It's one of the things that it's going to be exciting. We're both competitors, love our teams, and we're going to fight to the end in order to get that victory. So it's going to be good.
Second row left, Brian.
Just when you look at the last few games y'all have played indoors, like the Fiesta Bowl will be, the offense has scored like 40 points every time. The Fiesta Bowl last year, the two playoff games, the Big Ten championship against Wisconsin. Is that a function of the offense playing better indoors, or it being easier, or is it just something else?
No, I think I never even thought of that. I think it's one of the things. It's just preparation. I think our coaches do a great job of having us prepared in order to play in big games, and I think in that case it just so happens that the big games were indoors. So it's more of our preparation and everybody just being locked in on their assignments and going out there and playing well.
Far left in the back, Brad.
Going back to Glendale, you had success there last year, and it's also a place where you kind of already have been there, done that, and know where you need to be at certain times, and already have a schedule. Is there an advantage to that? Why not?
I think that plays a part of it. I think, if anything, just coaches in order to make sure that as a team we're all on one accord. I think that has something to do with it. And then when you think about it, our team's so young, so some of those guys, a lot of them, as far as like the freshmen in 2015, but you talk about the 2016 guys that are playing a lot of football for us, they weren't there. So I think with the older guys, we've been there, and in order to make sure that everybody's on the same page as far as what we need to do in order to play our best.
Front row, Bill.
You alluded to this. You're not on a scooter 2 years ago. You said after Ohio State won it all, it was not bittersweet, that you were just happy to be a part of it. But now you are going to be the quarterback in the postseason. What does that mean to you? How excited are you for that opportunity, especially when there are a lot of questions about the passing game in the next month?
That's the thing. It's truly a blessing. It's one of the things when I first came here, I wrote down my goals, and one of them was win national championship. And we won one, but I didn't get to play in it because I broke my ankle. But now that we're in the mix for it all, and I'm a healthy body, just thankful for the blessings guys gave me. And then as far as like the passing game questions, you hit me with it again. We was there in the season. I don't have questions in it. I think we're going to do what we do best, and that's run the ball, play action pass, and score points. So I don't know.
Front row right, Austin.
JT, we've asked you a lot this season about the record books and where you stood amongst some other guys, not just at Ohio State but the Big Ten. And you always talk about wins and losses. Does that mean that this month to factor into some sort of legacy conversation? Would that be in your mind at all, that what 2 wins could mean for your place?
When I think about that stuff, I think that's going to be something I want to talk about when I'm probably, retired from playing ball and sitting at the house somewhere in the South. That's what I'm going to think about. But right now, the main thing is just win this game against Clemson. I think that's what I'm about, because I think at the end of the day, I think that's all that really matters, is are you able to win football games, because I feel like there's players that may have put up a lot of points, but at the end of the day, the team, they don't win. So, but that's what we talk about at the end of the day is, are you a winner or did your team lose? So I feel like I'm a winner, and I'm worried about winning this game against Clemson and make sure we get everybody on the same page and go out there and play our best.
Back row, far right, Kaylee.
JT, Coach talked about how he's excited to see how great the Big Ten is this year and how far they've come. Do you think that with 3 teams in the top 16, do you think that the challenges that you face every week against these teams, that's going to help you? And how much do you think it's going to help you with these next battles that you have?
Yeah, so I think that's one of the reasons why we're becoming a really good team, is because when the going gets rough, we tend to get better. So, you think about, we played in overtime games, I think it was twice this year, or how many times it was, but we played in some tight ball games, and so with that, I think that helps you when it comes to games like this, because oftentimes we all know it's really not a blowout game. Everybody's going to fight to the bitter end, and you got to play well at the end of the game. And so I think that definitely helps us, being that the Big Ten, I feel like, was the best conference this year, and so I think that makes us all the better when it comes to playing against Clemson.
Far right over here, Andy.
JT, being named first team All Big Ten, quarterback of the year here in the conference. Congratulations, by the way.
Appreciate that.
Is that something that, you feel that you're going to carry on your shoulders to have been bestowed with that honor and give you maybe a little bit of extra juice here going into your game prep, as far as at least taking on Clemson in the Fiesta Bowl?
I guess I don't really think of it like that. I think my main thing is go out there and just play my best. I think my best is really good, and then if we were to do that, then we put in a great place to win games. So with that, I think, I really don't think about that necessarily, but just go out there and make sure I play at my best. And I think when I do that, our offense is going to be playing very well, and then we ultimately oftentimes win that game. So.
Final couple of questions. Far left, Doug.
JT, you had the best seat in the house for the playoff last time around. Just this way of deciding a champion, you get the 4 best teams and you have the semifinals for the championship. I know it's a grind for the players. It's hard to get through. But what did you think of it? Is it fun? Is it a cool way to decide a champion? What did you think of the playoff?
I think it is. I think one thing is it's exciting. I think week to week for college football fans. I think that's something. As far as players, I think, I don't know, it's one of those things that, when the first rankings come out, it's kind of like, do they really hold much meaning? It's only been, this 3rd year of it, so you sit there and just try to focus on each game. I don't think as a player, you don't try to get wrapped up in the college football playoff like college football fans are able to do, just because it takes away from each game, and understand that those come out in November, and that's when you definitely need to make sure that you're winning ball games. So with that, you have to focus in on each game. So as a player, I think, I know we didn't talk about it. There was nothing to talk about really. And so with that, I think it's exciting for, college football and the fans, the great fans of college football. But as far as a player, I think at times, you get kind of bogged down because that's all that's being talked about. That's all you see, run across ESPN and things like that. So you try to make sure that you stay focused and on each game.
And this bowl practice season that's coming up for you guys, and these bowl practices, how much better can this team get, and how much better do you think this team needs to get ready for this playoff?
I think, there's always win or lose. You always find things to get better at. I think there's numerous things we can get better at. I think one of the main things that Coach Meyer and we talk about is being 9 units strong, and make sure that if you're playing at a championship level in your unit, then that's all you could do, and that's all we need to do in order to win a game, because that's what's going to be needed in order to beat Clemson, is make sure that we're 9 units strong. And I think with the time we have, is 27 days, I think we're going to be at a good place as far as being 9 units strong, and our coach is going to do a great job of getting us prepared for that.
And final questions, front row right here, Tim.
Yeah, JT, I know you don't necessarily like this question, but I'm going to ask it again. Where do y'all definitely need to get better in the passing game? What needs to get better in that realm of the 9 units aspect of things?
I think watching games, oftentimes I'll probably say myself, just helping the receivers out. I think, when you get in these tight ball games and you have going against great DBs, they're going to be open, but it's going to be not by much. So I think I could do a better job of having ball placement in order for them to make it easier on them, because, they're getting open, but it's not, breakaway, which is fine. They did their job, they get open, and so I have to do a better job getting them the ball. And then two, just helping out our O-line. I think O-line's being young. We're going to be in a big-time games, knowing that they're going to pressure us, which is fine. I think being able to help our O-line, sliding into protections, into blitzes and things like that, I can help out on that. And I think those are probably the main things. And I think, like I said, we do that, or if I do that, then we'll be good.
One thing, you and Curtis are 2 of the 4 finalists for the Silver Football Award, which is MVP of the Big Ten. Number 1, what does that say about you and Curtis? And number 2, what kind of honor, I guess, is it even to be in the finalist consideration?
Yeah, it's a tremendous honor. My man Kurt, he's been balling out for us this whole year. Obviously a big part of our offense and what we do. I don't know, it's one of the things that I know you don't really take the time out to think about them in the course of the season. You just try to go out there and win games and play your best. But I think it says a lot, being that the Big Ten Conference was the best this year, and be able to be up for that award. I think it's just a humbling type of thing, because you really don't, I guess you don't, put your goals out before the season, trying to get those things. And then when they come, or if they do, then, just taken back and grateful for that.
JT, thank you very much.
No problem. Go Bucks.